I would like to document my observation about this motion sensor, the HC SR501. If we keep the dome up, the first pin to the right is the VIN. After that, the signal that when motion is detected is triggered. And the last one to the left is the ground. You can see here in front of the VIN pin, which is the potentiometer to the left, is the clock. You can, or I should say timer. This timer decides how long the signal will stay high. If you rotate it clockwise, it will be longer. If you rotate it counterclockwise, it will be shorter until like a second or 2 seconds. I noticed these devices are not consistent, so I have seen the longest time between 10 minutes and 3 minutes. I have seen ones that stay on for 10 minutes, and I have seen ones that stay on for 3 minutes. The other potentiometer to the right is the sensitivity, and this potentiometer is extremely very important. And if you keep it more than 5 o'clock, like it is right now, it's showing around 7 o'clock or higher, and it is the motion sensor is placed close to a Wi-Fi device, router, or even the ESP32, you will get false alarms. So it's better to keep it around 5 o'clock to this position. And my experience, when I do that, it does not give false alarms. Now this is very I have used it for a long time and I found it to be very reliable. Now if we remove the dome, it's not coming out. Okay, you can see the function of the dome is just to converge the rays to the sensor itself here. And you can see here the RL on the top, which is a light sensitive resistor. You can connect a live sensitive resistor. If we look from this side, I connected one jumper wire to one of the pads. You can see this is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is one pad, and where the wire is the second pad. I tried to use male header pins like this. Okay, I tried to push it here, but you have to heat from the other side, and unfortunately when they deliver these devices, the hole in the pad is plugged with solder, so it wasn't easy to use these header pins. If you can use it, it will be like the originally installed one, these ones, and it will be more professional looking. But I couldn't install it. I need if you can do that, it's good. The problem I faced, the location is very tiny, and when I put the heat from this side of the iron, it's not focused. When I put the heat, I have to push the pin from the other side, and there are two of them, two pins. It was a little it's easy saying, but it's difficult when you do it. If you can do it, it's good. Or you maybe can, even if you use a clamp. I use a clamp, of course. But what you can do, you can make somebody heat from one side and keep an eye on the iron tip, so it will not slide to a wrong location. And then you push the two pin header from this side. But easier way and really reliable way is using the jumper wire like I have done here. So I already installed one, and you could install another one here. So the good thing here, you can heat and push from the same side, so you don't lose sight to the iron tip. And it is in this method, it's very simple, and then you add the solder as needed. So what this will do is affect the trigger of the device. So if there is light, if you install a light sensitive resistor between these two pins, if you put a light sensitive resistor here, then if there is sufficient light in the room, the motion sensor signal will not trigger, which is this one here, this middle pin. It will not trigger if there is sufficient light. But if it is dark, then the motion sensor will trigger. This will make the device more versatile. Now, for the dome, you could, if you want to put the device in enclosure and make the dome apparent from the outside of the enclosure, you can use this for measurement. And after you finish, it's better to glue it with epoxy to this location, otherwise it will be difficult later. So that's it about the motion sensor, and I hope this is useful.